Medieval Dynasty has officially released the Oxbow update for Steam. Sorry, console players. Bringing a slew of new changes to Medieval Dynasty, including decorations, emotes, and an entire economy rehaul that is guaranteed to shake up the game for old and new players. Some of the changes are more significant than others, but in this video, we're going to go over many of the changes that have come to Medieval Dynasty in this newest update. Starting with character creation. Character creation is just one of the many new features added to the new Oxbow update. As you start your Oxbow journey, you will have the option to make a character to your liking, be it male or a female character. The character creation isn't mind-blowing, but you have a fair amount of options to choose from, including a variety of skin complexions, voice types, hair types, freckles, scars, and facial hair. Once you've created your character, you will be introduced to the Oxbow and begin your adventure. If you don't want to make a character and just want to jump into the action, there are a handful of preset characters you can choose from before starting the game. And I feel like it needs to be mentioned, but this is only for the Oxbow map. There is currently no character creation for the Valley map. When you arrive in Piestovia, you may come across a new icon on your map, which will direct you to the notice board. I don't think this has been added to any other villages or the Valley, but in the Oxbow, specifically in Piestovia, there is this notice board which will be populated with quests given by villagers across the Oxbow, and you have the choice on which quests you decide to accept and work on for the season. These pretty much just work like normal quests, where you complete it, gain dynasty rep, and move on, but some of these quests will give a serious amount of coin, so I think it's a great idea to keep checking out the notice board every once in a while for some easy rewards. In addition to this, a bunch of new quests have been added to the game, so this should vary up your gameplay a bit if you're the type of person that likes to do as many side quests as possible. Voice lines are another thing that have been added to the game. Now while you're walking through villages, you may hear the locals talking or the kids playing throughout the area. I know this was a long-awaited feature many people had hoped to see added to the game, and I'm really happy they did. It really adds immersion to the villages now that we have more dialogue in the game. I'm not going to go through them all, but here are a few lines you may hear when traveling through the settlements.
That's it. I'll leave home and travel around the world collecting wild animals. I'm going to catch them all.
This little turd is as good of a castellan as a fork is for eating soup.
Your character will now also say something when they are either hungry, thirsty, cold, or hot.
I haven't been drinking enough today.
Let's talk emotes. Emotes are another new addition to Medieval Dynasty. In addition to the new text chat feature, there are a variety of emotes that have been added to the game, including hello, good job, intimidate, and even rock, paper, scissors. Though this emote tree is only available in single player for some reason at the making of this video. Hopefully they plan to move this over to co-op eventually. Also the dead emote, which causes you to fall down in ragdoll. Definitely my favorite emote of the bunch. Just an idea for the Discord suggestions page or the devs, but it would be really cool if the villagers could react to certain emotes in the game. Kind of like how they used to do in the original Fable games, but that's just an idea for another update. Now the story in the Oxbow isn't the same as your typical Valley story. When you start the game, you wake up in a medicine house, only to find a man by the name of Sedowin who fills you in on the entire situation. You kind of have the choice to decide where you came from, deciding on whether you were a builder, a crafter, or just a lowly thief, before being sent to talk to the Castellan of the Oxbow, Miragod, who isn't as nice as Unigos, by the way. But anyways, Miragod tasks you to start building a new settlement in the Oxbow. There are many other story quests that you can follow regarding the people of Piestovia and the Oxbow, but I won't spoil anymore, and I recommend you check out the story for yourself to see how it plays out. And Miragod ain't playing around on this map, guys. So it's very important that you don't forget to pay that king's tax of 1 like or 1 sub. Thank you for your generosity. Alright, back to the video. Now, of course, we have the Oxbow, our new map. The Oxbow is the first new map added to Medieval Dynasty. Upon starting the game, you will have the option to either play on the original Valley map or the new Oxbow map. It is important to note that the Valley is still a single player mode only map, and there is no character creation for Rasimir for the time being. That being said, many of the changes like emotes, voice lines, and decorations are all usable on the Valley, so there still is some new ways to change up the original game mode. The map of the Oxbow may seem a bit small at a quick glance, with only 4 villages in the Oxbow at the start, but each of these villages has its own personality, and you can really tell a lot of time and effort was put into making these villages as unique and interesting as possible. While I really like the fortifications built around Piestovia, Ostoia is really cool with the fishing village practically being built on top of a lake. The area around Skokie also looks incredible, and the logging town of Klonica really gives itself a unique aesthetic. There are also a lot of inspiring locations that would make perfect locations for new settlements, with plenty of flat open spaces across the map. Let's talk decorations. Now this is what I'm talking about. We have a whole new set of decorations, including housing, walls, and NPC interactable decorations. These decorations include laundry decorations like clotheslines and a laundry station, hunting decorations like leather, goatskin, wolfskin, and bearskin tanning racks, lumberjack decorations like firewood piles and simple lumber stations, farming decorations like hay bales, defeathering stations, and a butter churn, fish nets, trellises, new flower pots, chairs, tables, lights, carts, and my favorite, the privy. And that's not even everything. There are over 40 new decorations added to this update. So if you'd like to create a cool and unique looking village, this is really the update for you. One thing I want to mention is I absolutely love the walls around Piastovia. I really hope these walls are able to be built by players in the future updates, because as of now, it seems to be specifically a Piastovia thing. Now, exploration definitely isn't a new thing to come to Medieval Dynasty, but there are a lot of new things you can discover in the Oxbow. In addition to the usual abandoned camps and wagons you usually find across the map, abandoned and broken down buildings are now around the map and lootable. Caves may include bears in them, and there are also NPCs that don't live in any villages that you may run into and interact with. There's also a lot more environmental storytelling you may run into while playing this new update. Once again, I won't spoil too much, but definitely take the time to explore the map, as you may find some interesting scenes, or even some interesting loot. Alright, now let's talk about this economy overhaul. A lot of item prices have gotten a complete overhaul. That's right, guys. Say goodbye to the stone knife and wooden vial money farms. Stone knives used to have a value of 40 and now have a value of 5. And wooden vials used to have a value of 30 for 10 vials, and now have a value of 3 for 10 vials. Crazy, I know. Hitting that 1 million coin achievement may be a bit harder now, but it's not all bad. The prices of farm animals have also changed significantly. A full-size horse only costs $43.50 now, down from $10,500, while chickens only cost 98 coins, down from $11.25. A pretty significant change, I would say. Not everything has completely gone down in price though, as it looks like the copper, bronze, and iron tools are even more profitable than in previous builds. And market stalls seem to be able to make you more money daily depending on the sold good. The wagoner prices have also been tuned down dramatically as well, so I know that's going to be a big plus, but it's hard to tell at the moment if these changes will make gameplay harder or easier. But it does look like the money-making meta has shifted. It looks like hunting may be a bit more viable to making money in this new update, but it's back to the drawing board. And of course, we have co-op. Co-op has been what everybody has been talking about this past year, with this likely being the most anticipated update in the game yet. Now, you and up to 3 other friends can play together on the Oxbow map, and I have to say, from the little co-op I've played so far, it's definitely worth a try if you have a friend or two interested in the game. I've actually posted a gameplay video showing off the new update already, so if that sounds interesting to you, consider checking out this video. What changes excite you the most in this update? Be sure to leave a comment and keep an eye out for more Medieval Dynasty videos in the future. There are still a handful of little changes that I have not mentioned that you may see or may notice when playing this new update. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching and take care.